Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lavender Lay and I am an intuitive tarot reader here on YouTube. I want to take this time to say thank you for clicking on this video and tuning in to another reading of mine. I truly appreciate it. But yeah, let's get into it. Today's reading is, what are your psychic abilities? We're bringing back the anime themed tarot readings. Today's theme is Mob Psycho 100. And if you've never seen Mob Psycho 100, it is a anime about a kid named Mob, and he has psychic abilities. I think he has like telekinesis those types of like psychic abilities. But yeah, it's a really great anime. Highly recommend it. And so yeah, we're going to be going into like, what are your psychic abilities? What kind of abilities do you have? So just a few things that we're going to go over. With the oracle cards, we're going to see like, what are your main abilities that you have? What are the purpose of your abilities? How can you tap more into your abilities? And then we'll also see like, what karma are you clearing by using these abilities. And then of course, now that you're aware of, like, once you watch the reading and now that you're aware of what your abilities are, we're gonna get advice from spirit to see how they would also like you to use your abilities going forward now that you're aware of them. So yeah, today's going to be a little bit different because if you watched my past few readings, I usually have like 3 decks laid out. But today I'm going to have you pick a character from Mob Psycho 100. So group 1 is going to be Reagan, group 2 is going to be Mob, and group 3 is going to be Dimple. So take a moment, pause the video. I'll have the characters up on the screen so you can pick whichever one you want to go with, like whatever character that you like the most. However you want to pick it's up to you, whomever you feel the most drawn to. And the timestamps will be down below in the description box per usual. So yeah, let's get into it. Hey group 1, if you picked Reagan, then this is your reading. Just tapping into, what are your psychic abilities? So if you skipped the intro, what we're going to be going over in this reading is what your main abilities are, what is the purpose of your abilities, how can you tap more into your abilities, and then what karma are you clearing with your abilities. And then after that, we'll get some advice from the tarot cards about like how spirit would like you to move forward with these abilities now that you're aware of them, and so on and so forth. Also, if you hear noise coming from anywhere, my cat Nutmeg is here and he's being very demanding for more food, even though it's not dinner time for like another 2.5, 3 hours. But he's a big boy, he likes to eat, I can't blame him. But yeah, let's get into it with the first cards I'm gonna pull. Sorry, I was trying to organize them. So let's see, what are your main abilities, Spirit? What are group 1's main psychic abilities? What are group 1's main psychic abilities? main psychic abilities? There we go. We've got 2 cards. We've got Wise One, grow within your current situation. Ooh, dropping cards. And we've also got Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. We've got one more because it's been separated from the rest. And we've got Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. So I feel like group 1, your main psychic abilities are tied into 1, your intelligence. Oh, I just realized that the camera is turned. I'm so sorry about that. I feel like your main psychic abilities is 1, your intelligence. So you might have like a really high intellectual capacity and intelligence. And I don't mean just like book smarts. I mean like you could be really business savvy. You could be really good at strategy. You could be really good, just like something that requires, a certain level of intellect. I also feel like some of your abilities is tied in with the earth. So you may be really in tune with maybe like I'm hearing like crystals. Like if you use crystals a lot, then that's something that's like really in tune with your psychic abilities. Like maybe they enhance whatever the abilities that you do have. So maybe if you wear like crystals, like necklaces, like bracelets, like I have some bracelets on. You could be enhancing your abilities, and also we've also got Medicine Mother, so you could be really like your one of your abilities could be like spiritual healing. So maybe some of you are into like Reiki, or you listen, like right now I'm listening to what is it, 432 hertz, which is like it's a miracle tone. It's supposed to be for like clear intuition, awakening your inner strength, stuff like that. So you could be using like I want to say like sound bowls and stuff. Like you could be one of those people that uses sound bowls. Anything that's connected to like spiritual healing. So I'm mostly hearing like spiritual baths. Like you might do spiritual baths. But yeah, those are like your main abilities. I'm also hearing like clairaudience. Like you might have like, you might hear things in like your head or something like that, and then like you hear it, but then and then it happens, or like maybe somebody is like, for example, you randomly hear some song lyrics in your head or whatever, and so you kind of start singing them out loud, and whomever is around you is like, oh my god, I was just thinking about that song. So yeah, like clairaudience, like you hear things like really, really well. You get like messages through spoken words, spoken like music, just anything that is connected to sound. So yeah, those are your main abilities. So let's see what the purpose of your abilities are with the Star Codes Astro Oracle. What are the main what is the purpose of group 1's psychic abilities? What is the purpose of group 1's psychic abilities? We've got Pluto rebirth. What is the purpose of group 1's abilities? We've got 2 cards. We've got 5th house. Okay, oh, actually, I'm going to put these in a specific way. We've got Virgo and 5th house. So I'm going to take this as Pluto in Virgo in the 5th house. If you don't know, it's possible that you have this placement. I don't believe so. I think you would have to be from like the silent generation or something. The silent generation is like people born during the like early 20th century. So I want to say like the 20s, like the depression, like the 20s, I want to say late 20s through the 30s, almost and like to the early or like halfway through the 40s, because I believe that the boomers start in like early 90, like the late 40s. Correct me if I'm wrong though, so comment down below whatever the correct dates are for those generations. But yeah, I believe like if not then, it has to be even earlier than that, because Pluto stays within a generation for a very long time. For example, I know that the millennials, which is from like 1980, I want to say, to like 1996, they are Pluto in Scorpio, and then Gen X is Pluto in Libra. Yes, because my generation is Pluto in Sagittarius. I'm Gen Z, like literally at the beginning of Gen Z, 1997. So 1997 to like, I want to say 2008. Yes, 2008. And then this generation, so I want to say Gen Alpha is 2008 until literally actually this year, or early next year. They are Pluto in Capricorn. Anyways, I say all that to say that it's probably not like if you're watching this, it's probably not likely that you have a placement in Pluto in Virgo, but it would be good to check out that placement and see which house Pluto is in, because that could also give you some more insight into what your psychic abilities are for. Pluto is the planet of transformation, so your purpose, the purpose of your psychic abilities really could be about transformation, and not even just transformation within yourself, but transformation within a generation. You could be doing there could be things that you are doing with your abilities that could be marked for your generation. Specifically, so whatever generation that you're born in, Gen X, Gen Z, whatever it is, you could be doing, there's something within you that you'll be using your psychic powers for, to bring about a transformation within those generations. Especially if it's something that you're really, really passionate about, because we've got the 5th house here, and the 5th house kind of like reveals creativity, passion. It also reveals children. What else? competition, just things like that. So you could be something that you're passionate about, you could be transforming your generation with something about it, and the way that you're going to be going about it could be like really methodical or really in an organized, like in an organized fashion. Like maybe you are creating some sort of organization within your passions, and like, yeah, creating some sort of like organization, or building some sort of like a community within your generation, something of that sort. It's something that's going to be transformational at the end of the day, and it's going to transform you as well. And so that's what the purpose of your abilities is, to transform you and your generation. So let us go ahead and see what you can do to tap into your psychic abilities. Let me just move some stuff around. Get these cards. So I'm going to use the self-care or the sacred self-care oracle to see what can group 1, I feel like I called you group 2, but group 1, what can you do to tap into your abilities? And we've got deep breathing. So maybe taking that time. If you have an Apple Watch, it might be like, if you have that, what is it called? The mindfulness ability or something like that, or the function on your Apple Watch, where it's like, oh, take a minute to breathe or something like that. It would be actually really helpful for you to turn that on and actually take that minute to breathe. But yeah, doing some deep breathing. You could also get like the Calm app, I think it's called, or Headspace, something like one of those apps where it's like, oh, they'll give you like a 2-minute or 1-minute meditation type thing, where you are basically they're taking you through some deep breath exercises. But yeah, what else can group 1 do to tap into their abilities? We've got energy work. So yeah, really aligning your chakras, maybe listening to some, there are some like YouTube videos that will like play some music, play some sounds or whatever that are supposed to help you align certain chakras. So like you could be feeling called to realign your sacral chakra, your heart chakra, your crown chakra. It just depends. Or you could go ahead and, I'm pretty sure there's one that's supposed to align all of them at the same time or something like that. Whatever you feel called to, you know. Let's see. What else can group 2 do to tap into their abilities? I do feel like my mind is kind of like all over the place right now, so you might be feeling the same way at this time. So that deep breathing and the energy work could really help with like settling your mind, calming it down, stopping like the racing thoughts and stuff. Unless you're like me and have ADHD, but because it's a little impossible to just breathe your way through calming your thoughts. But I mean, it can do some, it can help some, but it's not gonna fix everything. But let's see, we've got rest And we've also got meditate. Yeah. So take some more time. Maybe you're not resting enough. Getting like a full night's sleep. They say that we're supposed to be getting, I know for women, we're supposed to be getting like either 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night. And then for men, I think it's like 7 to 8. And it's after a while, if you're not getting that amount of sleep every night, it does take a toll on your health and your body. So even if you can't like right away get yourself back to sleeping that long, if you're gradually getting yourself there, I think that would be really helpful. Or even just taking a nap during the day, if you're able to. That could also be really helpful. Just taking some time to like rest in some shape or form could really be helpful for really tapping into your psychic abilities. And then we've also got meditate. I already explained it earlier, but sorry about that. But yeah, there's some apps that you can get. If you have Spotify, there's also meditations on there. I can link a playlist that I use for meditations down below in the description box. If I don't do it, somebody comment and remind me. I would truly appreciate it, because I know myself, I have ADHD, I will forget. But yeah, taking some time to like meditate, listen to a 5-minute meditation, just to ground yourself, or get yourself just like in a specific mindset. But yeah, let's see what karma you are clearing with your psychic abilities. So the way these cards work is that there's 3 sets of cards: your planets, signs, and houses. It's kind of like how I said earlier when I pulled out the astrological cards. Pluto in Virgo in the 5th house. It's kind of like, that's how it comes out. So we're going to get a planet first. What karma is group 1 clearing? Alright, I'm not getting a jumper, so I'm going to pull. I'm screaming. Okay, we've got Pluto again. So Pluto, let's see if we can get a sign. That's too many. I want to know. It's 3 cards, so I just need 1. Could we get a sign, please? Spirit. 1 sign. Thank you. We've got Capricorn, so Pluto and Capricorn. And then a house, Spirit. Whew. There we go. In the 12th house. All right. So on these cards is one side is actions and the other side it is basically outcomes. So at the top is like the actions that you will need to take, and then the other side is outcomes and like what will result in what will be the result of you taking these actions. So we've got physical action. Oh, they're split down also into 3 categories. So spiritual, mental, and physical. So spiritual action, resurrect your goals, seeking oneness with all there is. Mental action, get to the heart of the day-to-day reality of philanthropy. Physical action, do or die. You must use the most business-like way and keep your involvement hidden. So let me flip it over. So spiritual outcome, the need for control of dedication to achieve your faith. Mental outcome, an obsession with focusing on hidden tendencies. And physical outcome, a power struggle resulting from the rules imposed by large institutions or overwhelming events. So that is the karma that you will be dealing with. So it's going to be dealing with, large institutions. So maybe something that's more systemic versus just within your community. Let's see what else. Things dealing with your faith. So maybe you've had a bit of a back and forth, I want to say, in terms of like where your faith is, what kind of practices you do. Like that's kind of like the karma that you'll be clearing. It's like around your faith. And just maybe like you're starting to like look at more things that are hidden like within yourself, within your family, within your community. Like what are the things that are like not easily seen is what I'm hearing. So obviously, yeah, hidden. But there's a surface level to it, but there's something deeper behind it, and so you're clearing some sort of karma within that. So let us get us some advice from Spirit. Spirit, what advice do you have for group 1 regarding their psychic abilities? What advice do you have for group 1? How do you want that to land? We've got upright. So we've got the Queen of Wands. What advice do you have for... Okay. Well, we've got that. Did that flip over? It did indeed. We've got the Five of Swords. We've got the Tower, and we've also got the Queen of Cups. And the back of the deck is the Six of Cups. I feel like Spirit is also asking you to overall, because the back of the deck is usually like the overall message. Spirit is asking you kind of like to take a trip down memory lane with your abilities. I feel like maybe you haven't used your abilities in a very, very long time. Maybe since you were a child. Which is normal because we kind of like, when we're growing up, we all have these abilities and we have them since childhood. And sometimes, with the way that we're raised in society, it's kind of like, not necessarily beaten out of us, but sometimes, beaten out of us, to having these abilities, like, just like, I don't know if maybe you were called like a know-it-all as a child, and so you kind of like hid that ability. You weren't like very outspoken about like what your thoughts were anymore, or like the things that you knew. But Spirit is telling you that, you're going to run into the more that you run away from using these abilities, the more conflict that you're going to get yourself into. And Spirit is eventually going to give, like, have a tower moment coming into your life where, like, some sort of big abrupt change in your life to where you don't have any choice in the matter of whether or not you can use your psychic abilities. It's kind of just like, hey, you have these abilities, now you got to use them. You don't got no choice. Like, let's go. And it might put you in like a position to where you are now, you're now in a space where you can pursue more of your passions and pursue more of the things that make you feel whole in a way. But I am going to, if I can find the book, where did I put the book? There it is. I'm going to read for you the Queen of Wands because I feel like it's relevant. The Queen of Wands is creative, charismatic, and always on the move. When you see her in a reading, it may be encouragement toward bold action, or it may indicate that you are doing many things at once. After all, the Queen is a real social butterfly. She uses her charisma to develop passionate entrepreneurial networks of support. The Queen knows who she is, so she may be inviting you to embrace your whole self as well. No one in anime represents the Queen of Wands more than the shonen protagonist. Like the Queen, these characters are confident, determined, charismatic, and full of courage. When Gon left Whale Island at the beginning of Hunter x Hunter, he knew exactly what his goal was: to find his father and become a hunter just like him. This may have been a tall order, but he knew he can do it, just like the Queen. So yeah, so other shonen protagonists that embody this energy is Emma from The Promised Neverland, Ash Ketchum from Pokemon, Goku from Dragon Ball, and Naruto from Naruto. So yeah, Spirit is really asking you to tap into that bold action, tap into that charisma that you have, because it's really what you're needing to do in this moment. Especially with these abilities. Now that you're aware of these abilities, this is what you need to be doing. And yeah, I feel like that's it. Nothing else is coming to mind that, like, I feel like you need to know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into this reading. I'm going to conclude it there. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below. Tell me more about, like, how, if you're aware of your psychic abilities, tell me more about it. I would love to hear. Or, of course, tell me now, like, how it resonates. I would love to hear that as well. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the Please hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell so you know when my next video or my next reading comes out. And yeah, thank you guys so much for trusting me to read your cards, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Hey Group 2, if you picked Mob, then this is your reading. What are your psychic abilities? If you skip the intro, then here's what we're going to be going over. We're going to use the Oracle cards to go over what are your main abilities. Then we'll go over, like, what is the purpose of your abilities, what can you do to tap into your abilities, what are with the purpose of your abilities, what karma are you clearing, and then we'll get some advice from the tarot cards. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it with what are your main abilities. Spirit, for the people who picked Group 2, Mob, what are their main psychic abilities? What abilities do they have? What are Group two's main psychic abilities. It's too many. Ooh. Okay. We've got She-Wolf, Unleash the Wild Within. And we've got Sage, Be Devoted and Committed. Let's see if we can get one more. Okay, one of them flips, so I'm going to take that one. We've got Lady, Enjoy Growth and Reap Rewards. I feel like you guys' main psychic abilities, is mostly like clairsentience. Like everything, like you just have like a good, not necessarily good, but like you just have like a feeling. Like you always know when something feels right or when something feels wrong. Like you're really good at like tapping into that intuition. So your psychic ability is really like a good intuition about things. Like you're very tapped into yourself. You're very tapped into, I'm hearing you're like your divine feminine. So you might be a divine feminine. Very tapped into like your, like maybe you do like daily devotionals or something. But yeah, I feel like you guys are just really tapped into your psychic abilities, and you're really tapped into like that clairsentience. Like you just have, you're able to really pick up on your feelings very well and discern what those are. And because of this, you're able to really like be your complete self. You're very committed to whatever you do. And because you're committed, you know, you reap the rewards of whatever you commit to, whatever you like try to grow in. And I love that for you guys. That's so wonderful. To really be able to like tap into yourself that way is like, I feel like what everybody tries to achieve. And you kind of already have like, you have that ability already naturally. So let's see what is the purpose of your abilities. For group 2, what is the purpose of their abilities? One, we've got Taurus with Cultivate. You might be a Taurus. Ooh. It's too many cards. What is the purpose of Group 2's psychic abilities? Spirit, please and thank you. We've got, I think this is 2 cards. Yep. We've got Mars and we've got Libra. So you might also be a Libra. You could also be an Aries or Scorpio, just because those are the planets ruled. Those are the signs associated with Mars. Mars is their ruler. And you could be, also since we have Taurus and Libra here, you could be Venus ruled. But yeah, I feel like you guys are, the purpose of your abilities, or yeah, your psychic abilities, is to cultivate yourself. So cultivate your culture, cultivate your growth, cultivate like the things that in your life you're meant to grow your abilities in every shape and fashion. And you're also supposed to maybe balance things out in your life, and in the lives of others. So, when you come across somebody and they seem really unbalanced about something, I feel like you're there to like help provide a bit of stability within them. And this doesn't mean necessarily like, oh, you're financially providing for them or something like that. It could just be like, maybe there's like a piece of advice that you give them or something, and that really helps them out and helps them balance out their life in some shape or form. Yeah, it could just be like you're speaking to people or whatever, and it's helping them to come to a point in their life, like if they're at a crossroads or something, it helps them to make that final decision. Sounds really lovely. You're also meant to take some sort of action, since we have this Mars card here, and Mars is really the planet of action. If you've ever read the book or read the series Lore Olympus, and you know the character Ares in that series, in the series he's like the god of war or whatever, so you're meant to like take great action. You're meant to fight certain battles. That's like the purpose of your abilities, is to fight certain battles. And of course, with those certain battles, I feel like as long as you have a good strategy and your strategy is balanced, I feel like you're able to win most of your battles. I'm trying to see if I can think of anything else is like popping up. You could have your Mars sign in either Taurus or Libra. It would be really good to check into that, if you do, and see which house your Mars is in, or see which house your Mars is in, to see like the areas of like where you're supposed to be taking action specifically. That could be really helpful to you. Or see which house you have Taurus and you have Libra. It will be based on your ascendant sign. So like, for example, because I'm a Gemini rising, I have Taurus in my 12th house. So 12th house is usually like spirituality, the inner self, just, the things that are really like hidden, that are not like seen at the forefront. But yeah, I would definitely check into that. So let's see how you can tap more into your abilities. Spirit, how can group 2 tap more into their psychic abilities? What can they do to tap in? We've got 2 cards that flipped. We've got a health checkup. So yeah, making sure that you have really tapped into your health. Oh, it's 3 cards. Okay. We've got ground yourself. So maybe going outside, sitting in the grass, really just tapping into nature. We've also got chanting. And we've also got, because I just lifted up I was putting down the deck, and I lifted up, and a card got left behind. And we've got a sweet treat. So definitely, treat yourself to some sweets. Maybe, not too much because you don't want that to affect your health checkup. But yeah, definitely go get yourself checked out. Make sure that, you're having checkups regularly. Can really help you tap into your psychic abilities, because then if you feel like your body has been off, because this is where that taps into that clairsentience. Clairsentience being like your feelings, the senses, etc. If you feel like something is off, go and make sure that you're going to go get a checkup, just to make sure that everything is okay. Have that peace of mind. Ground yourself. I already said, like, go sit in the grass or whatever. And I mean, like, when I mean sit in the grass, I don't mean like on a blanket. Like, I mean like feet to, like, barefoot to the ground. Sit in the grass and ground yourself. Listen to some sort of meditation. And also with the chanting, I don't think it's like actual chanting, like maybe, unless you're a Buddhist, you can do, the Buddhist chants of the tantras. I would say maybe like when you're out there grounding yourself, start saying like out loud some affirmations to yourself. I feel like that could really like help with tapping into your psychic abilities. And of course, treat yourself to something sweet. Could be, we've got fruit on the card itself, and she's also got some muffins, it seems. And there's like a piece of candy. But yeah, give yourself, get yourself a fruit salad, or go to the grocery store and they usually have like those cut up fruit already for you that you can just buy whenever. Go ahead, buy one of those, go out to some park or whatever, just sit in the grass and start saying some affirmations and something to just help you feel good. So let's see what karma you are clearing with your abilities. The way these karma cards work is that there is it's 3 sets of cards, so planets, signs, and houses. So I will pull one card from each category, and then each side there's 2 sides to the card. So one side of it is actions, and the other side is outcomes, and then it's broken down further into another 3 categories: spiritual, mental, and physical. And so it'll basically create kind of like 3 sentences on each side. So let's see if we can get a planet. We've got Saturn. You may be going into your Saturn return. If you are, right now Saturn is in Pisces. So basically, if you were born between, I want to say 1994 and 1996, like early 1996, you could be going through your Saturn return right now. Basically, if you're between the ages of like 28 to like 30, you could be going, is when your Saturn return usually happens. Or actually more like 27 to like 29. For example, my Saturn return is coming up. It is the sign Saturn in Aries. So if you cannot speak, if you have your Saturn sign in Aries, your Saturn return is coming up. It should be starting early 2025, I believe. Let's get a sign. There's too many. There we go. Saturn in Aries. So definitely this could be for the people who have Saturn in Aries. That could be confirmation for you. If you're like 27, 28 right now, your Saturn return is coming up. And the 6th house. Okay. So let's see. So this is the red is actions and the blue is outcomes. So we've got spiritual actions. Be realistic about your willpower as a full-time job. Mental action. Be concerned about what you think you know about serving. And physical action. You must wait before you can do it your own way and do it a little at a time. And then we've got the outcomes. If your Saturn is in the 6th house and it's in Aries as well, this might be like real confirmation for you. Spiritual outcome, the maturity that brings energies to meet the challenge of service to others. Mental outcome, caution regarding your desires regarding what is good for us. And physical outcome is limits imposed resulting from the honesty and strength of your work. So I really feel like the karma that you're clearing is in regards to your work with others, how you're in service of others, like what you're doing. I also feel like it has to do with your health as well, because the 6th house, which is also Virgo, has a lot to do with your health, like your physical health, your mental health, emotional health, etc. Just your health overall. So you could be doing more things, clearing karma when it comes to your health, how healthy you are, what you do in terms of your health, your routine as well. Like what you do in terms of like your health routine, and just making that more of a priority. I feel like that's the karma that you're clearing, is like maybe in previous lives you did not make it as much of a priority, like what your daily routine is and how you take care of your health, especially because we have that health checkup confirmation on my other phone. Really just making sure that you are taking care of yourself, and because you can't really be a service to others if you're not taking care of yourself, because you're doing a disservice to yourself. So that's really like the karma that's coming in that you are clearing for yourself. So let's go ahead and see if we can get some advice from Spirit regarding your psychic abilities. Spirit, what advice do you have for group 2 regarding their psychic abilities? We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. We've got the Queen of Swords in reverse. Oops, sorry. Ooh. Got 2 cards left though. We've got the King of Cups in reverse, and we've got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And the back of the deck is... Were these all in reverse? No, these were not all in reverse. I was about to say. We've got the 3 of Swords in reverse. So lots of reversals. Do not panic. Reversals can be a good thing sometimes. I also noticed that these are all court cards except for the back of the deck energy. I feel like there's something that you need to forgive yourself regarding, because we've got this 3 of Swords. Upright, the 3 of Swords usually means like something of like heartbreak, you're heartbroken. Like in the Rider-Waite, the 3 of Swords is depicted as like 3 swords stabbed through a heart. I feel like you are needing to forgive yourself on something probably in regards to like maybe how you've treated yourself in like the past, like in the recent past, or I'm hearing like the past 3 years because we got this Three of Swords. Really just, that's like the journey that you really need to be on, is like just forgiving yourself for maybe how you've treated yourself in these past 3 years. Maybe you haven't really just been, you haven't let yourself be like emotional. Like you haven't really been letting yourself feel your feelings. And Spirit really wants you to, forgive yourself. That way you can like just feel your feelings. I feel like you've been in a space of just like, you've just been trying to grind and you're not really just, what's the word that I want to use? Kind of just aloof almost to the things that are going on around you, because it's like almost like you've just been in survival mode of some sort, and Spirit wants you to kind of like forgive yourself for being in that mode, because it's just like, if you're in survival mode, there's a reason that you got put there, and it's not necessarily your fault, especially in like this day and age, because there's issues with our economy at this time. But yeah, Spirit says to forgive yourself, because now that you have this information, you can do something about it, and you can put yourself into a better position just personally by taking the advice of going to go get your health checked, doing more mindfulness, more spiritual work, whatever that means for you, to where you can start to fill up your cup emotionally and be more emotionally fulfilled again, and where you don't feel like you have to just survive, you can actually thrive and live. And I really love that for you guys. That's so beautiful. So I'm hoping that you can take this information, and do the things to like tap more into your psychic abilities, because I really feel like it's what's going to take you out of that survival mode. But yeah, that's all that I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this reading. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it resonated. If it did, please give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below what other animes would you like to see me do a themed reading on. I have plenty I would love that I already have like ideas for, but I would love to get more just to have on like, as a list to post for you guys. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and also the post notification bell so you get notified when I post another reading. If you would like a personal reading, I offer those on my Etsy shop. The link is down below. And yeah, that's all that I have, you guys. Thank you guys for trusting me to read your cards, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Hey group 3, if you picked Dimple, then this is your reading. What are your psychic abilities? If you skip the intro, then this is what we're going to be going over. What are your main abilities? What is the purpose of your abilities? How can you tap into your abilities? And what karma are you clearing with your abilities? And then we'll finish out the reading with advice from the tarot cards. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. What are group 3's, people who picked group 3, what are their main psychic abilities? What are the main psychic abilities of group 3? Ooh, that's too many. Spirit. One of their main abilities, group 3. Okay. I've got, I think, 3 cards. We're going to take those. So we've got Drum, Dream, and Journey. We've got Star Ancestor, Follow the Voice of Your Soul. And we've got Elder, Move Beyond Ancestral Patterns. I feel like you guys' psychic ability might be tied to like astral projection of some sort. Like that's like you're really good at projecting yourself and your soul through the astral realm. Maybe that's how you connect with your ancestors, because we do have 2 cards that refer to ancestry. Like maybe your psychic abilities are also like really connecting to your ancestors and your soul. And you have something that's connected to maybe some generational curses that you might be breaking. And so that's like part of like, it's probably like the purpose of your abilities. But yeah, that's really cool that you probably might have like something connected to your dreams. You might also get like sort of like prophetic dreams almost. Like when you dream about something, it then happens like later on in your actual life. Like it comes to fruition in your actual life. For example, there was a TikTok that I had seen the other day. This is probably like a week or 2 ago. And it was this girl who was talking about how she had started working at the coffee shop that's in the bookstore that she worked at. And she was being trained, and she had a dream about an interaction that she had with a customer, and then it actually came true. And like the customer was like, she had to come up, there's a drink or whatever that she hadn't been trained on yet, and so she's trying to like make the drink, and the customer walks her through it, because the customer also had worked at the same kind of like coffee shop at a different location or something, and it actually like came to fruition, and she was talking about it with the customer, like, oh my god, like I dreamed about this exact thing, like I literally had a dream about this, and it was funny because their names were also so similar. I think their names are like, I think the creator's name was like Kaylin, and then the customer's name was Caitlin, and it was like both spelled with like a K. It was like there was like so many kind of like synchronicities with the whole interaction. And I feel like, so that might be your psychic ability, is like you have these sort of like prophetic dreams or something, and these dreams are provided to you probably by your ancestors. You might be really like your abilities, like you really connected with your ancestors, so maybe doing some ancestry work would be really helpful to you. If you like, I feel like if you live within the United States, doing like the ancestry.com thing might be really helpful to you to like see just how your lineage has, branched out. Like where do you specifically come from? Might be really helpful for you psychically. So let's see, what are the purposes of your abilities, Spirit? Ooh, we got 3 cards already. We've got the Moon. There we go. We've got Aries. And we've got Cancer. So you might have your moon sign in either Aries or Cancer. The purpose of your abilities, I would say, is you are supposed to have a deeper perception of things with your abilities. Like with those dreams, I would say start, if you have dreams regularly and you actually remember them, like once you wake up, start writing them down. You never know what could come about with writing them down. So I know if you have an iPhone, the iPhone has like an update to where you now have like a journal app, or you can just write in like the notes app of your phone, like write the date that you had the dream, write the time that you woke up, and then write down what the dream was about. Like, it doesn't even have to be like full on sentences. You could just give like yourself a gist, some bullet points or something, like things that you saw, like if you saw symbols like a butterfly, or some sort of animal, or maybe you saw some sort of object like feathers, or something profound happened to you. Like, you hear about people like having dreams about, this is really sad, but having dreams about drowning or something happening to them that's significant. Maybe you meet somebody in a dream. Write stuff like that down. Like, if you can remember the features of that person, write down their features. Or if you know the person, write down the person's name. Like, saw so and so. I saw Lavender Lay in my dream on this day, or whatever. But yeah, I feel like you're supposed to have like a more heightened perception of like your outer world outside of these dreams. You're meant to like act on these. You're meant to immerse yourself in whatever is your psychic abilities with these dreams. Maybe that's how like spirit actually connects with you, is through these dreams. And so you're meant to get your messages from spirit, or whomever you believe, God or whatever, through these dreams, and act upon those, act upon like whatever those messages are. Which I feel like is really, really cool. I would love to have that kind of ability. I sort of do. Like, I get dreams all the time. My problem is I don't always remember them. And they're like, I'm always lucid in my dreams. Like, I'm aware that I'm dreaming. I just can never remember them. I remember, like, I will remember like the important ones, obviously, but like, I feel like all dreams are important though, so I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, let's hold on one moment. Sorry about that, group 3. My cat decided that he was going to have a fight with a stray cat that tried to come inside the house. So, had to deal with that. I'm just going to move on to, because I can't even remember what I was talking about. Like, I know I was talking about like dreams and stuff, but I can't remember like specifically what. So we're going to see like what can you do to tap into your abilities. Spirit, what can group 3, did I call it group 2? Group 3, I'm so sorry. What can you do to tap into your abilities? We've got positive affirmations. So speaking some positive affirmations, actually something that you could do is listen to affirmations while you sleep. We've also got, we got 2 cards. We've got Be Still, and we've also got Build Strength. I'm going to pull one more. But like I was saying, I listen to affirmations while I sleep. It's just somebody who has like soft, like really like deep healing music playing, and they're saying like affirmations. Like, there's ones for like abundance, connecting to source, etc., etc. So that could be really helpful. I can leave the playlist that I listen to down below. And I usually just I'll pick one and then have that repeat throughout the night. And we also got Connect with Your Womb. So if you have a womb, connect with it. We've got, because we have the moon sign, it might be really helpful to track the moon cycles along with your, if you have a period or a menstrual cycle, to track like when are you having, like when during the moon phases are you having your menstrual cycle? Like are you getting your period close to a full moon? Are you getting your period close to a new moon, or is it like somewhere in between? I just scratched myself. That might be really helpful to you. It might help you feel a little bit more connected, like in terms of like just knowing your cycle a little bit better, or just knowing like you and yourself and the reproductive parts of your body a little bit more. But yeah, so positive affirmations: connect with your womb, be still. I feel like that's kind of easy. You're already being still while you sleep. But also take, moments throughout the day to just like sit and be in tune with your body. And also build strength. Maybe start taking up some strength training classes like Pilates or, weightlifting. That could really help you tap into your spiritual abilities. If anything, it could help you probably sleep better. Just, putting that out there. But yeah, let us see what karma you are clearing with this ability. So the way these karma cards work is that it is split into 3 different things. So we've got planets, signs, and houses. And it'll eventually create 3 sentences that are split into spiritual, mental, and physical. And one side of the card is actions, and one side of the card is outcomes. So it'll eventually make, once I pull out the 3 cards, it'll eventually make 3 sentences of actions that you can do, and what those and 3 sentences of what the outcomes of those actions will be. And that will tell us like what karma you're clearing. So let's see if we can get a planet, spirit. You've got Venus. Okay, let's get a sign. Karma is group 3, using to clear. No, that's not the right. What? Never mind. Here we go. We've got Virgo. You know what I'm asking, Spirit. I just can't formulate the sentence right now. I don't know why. Let's see in what house. In the 2nd house. Ooh. All right. So spiritual action: cherish the serving of others patiently. Mental action: enjoy the details of what you want. And physical action: charm, art, and beauty are the way to do what you must do and get what you need. And so the outcomes. The spiritual outcome: the attraction of methods for the healing power of your beliefs. Mental outcome: pleasure from the analyzing of what you value. And physical outcome: good times resulting from the perfectionism of your resources. I really feel like you guys are clearing out some karma in regards to like your material things, I would say, because we got Venus and we also have the 2nd house, and the way that you're going to be going about it is going to be like very methodical, very analytical in a sense. Like, you might come up with like a spreadsheet or something and be like, all right, these are the things that I want. This is how much money I need to get them, and this is how I can go about getting these things. And so maybe like something in like your karma has to do with like maybe you didn't grow up with a lot or something like that, and so there's things that you want now in your later life that you're older, that you want to be able to get. And basically the karma that you're clearing is that you can get these things that you want, but you have to be strategic about it. You can't just be like on a whim impulse buy something. It has to be like you budget for it. Like, that's basically what it feels like you need to start building a budget. Maybe vision boarding, like what you want to do in order to get these things. Like, for example, if you want a house, right? Build a vision board of like what you want your house to look like. The aesthetics, like where do you specifically want to live, like the neighborhoods, the country or states or whatever that you want to live in, the city. Like, start building, like, how many rooms do you want? Like, you need to be very, very specific, because this is technically getting into like sort of like a manifestation type of thing, and spirit will give you what you want. If you're not specific enough, it might not be the way that you kind of envisioned it. So be very specific when you're doing these things, when you're trying to put together the things that you want. Like, what do you want? How do you want it? That kind of thing. Plan it out, map it out, and be very specific about it. But yeah, I feel like it'll help you to like visualize these things as well, because I was saying like your main abilities is like connected to your dreams. So maybe start envisioning it before you fall asleep. That way maybe you can have like a dream about it. Or astral project yourself into that universe, so you can see yourself actually doing those things, doing the things that you want, having the things that you want, etc. So let's get some advice from Spirit. Spirit, what advice do you have for group 3 regarding their psychic abilities? We've got the Queen of Pentacles. We've got the King of Cups in reverse, and we got the Magician. Yeah, y'all are definitely manifesting something with that magician card. I'm going to read from the book about it. There might be a message there. And we've got the Page of Wands. I'm not going to take these cards that fell. And let's see. The back of the deck is the Lovers. Yeah. But let's look in the book for the Magician card. I just need to figure out, where did I put the book? There it is. That's the Fool, the Magician. The Magician has the potential to bring about desired outcomes by manifesting ideas into reality. They're unconventional, creative, powerful, and adaptable, able to make magic using creative thinking and the resources available to them. If you draw this card, you have the willpower and inspiration to take what you have and make magic with it. The Magician's analog in anime is the Mahou Shoujo, or magical girl. This character is powerfully capable. Despite the fact that others might view some of her attributes as hindrances to success, her age, background, temperament, cuteness, etc., she can usually wield them to her advantage. Using her femininity, love, and moral values as power and inspiration, she transforms to fight the odds and protects those who she cares for. So some examples of like the Mahou Shoujo or the magical girl would be obviously Sailor Moon, Magical Girl, Lyrical Nanoha, Card Captor Sakura, and Puella Magi Madoka Magica. So these are some animes that maybe you might want to like check out and watch. Just to like really get into that, tap into that power or something. So yeah, you guys really have, I really feel like you're meant to tap into your femininity at this time, especially because we had the connect with your womb card as ways to tap into your abilities. So I really feel like you're meant to tap into your femininity at this time. Like it's going to be your, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's going to be your gateway into what you really and truly want, what you want to manifest into your life. Especially because we have like this page of the Page of Wands, yes, which would be like your passions. You're very new to like these passions of yours. And the Queen of Pentacles, because you can also see she has like a little, it looks like kind of like a doll. It could also be just like a child, but she's got like a little girl or doll in her lap. She's dressed very femininely. She's got this like really pretty dress. It has like a slit in it with, high heels. She's got her crown. She's very feminine looking. So I really feel like you're meant to tap into, Spirit is asking you to really tap into your femininity, and this is what's really going to bring about the abundance and just the material things that you are wanting in this life. This is not really a time to be emotional, I would say. Not like to say that you need to like completely cut off your emotions. It's like, let me just go ahead and look at the King of Cups in reverse. When reversed, the King of Cups indicates insecurity, addiction, avoidance, and shame. A reversed king looks to escape reality through vices, even manipulating and betraying those close to him in order to do so. If this describes you, seek self-compassion in order to achieve balance. Yeah, I really feel like this is not the time to like be woe is me and just like, oh, well, I can't really do that because of blah, 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 whatever. And like, I have these insecurities. Forget that. I wanted to say the F word, but I don't want to piss off the algorithm gods or the YouTube gods or whatever. But yeah, like, don't try to escape the reality of where you are. Instead, take charge of like where you're at and try to manifest something better. And we've also got the Lovers here, so I'm going to read the Lovers. Number 6. There we go. The lovers aim for harmony both with each other and within themselves. Individually, each lover is learning what they value and desire. This knowledge helps them come together in a loving, tender, and vulnerable relationship, unifying in an intentional and honest way. The lovers signify meaningful, vulnerable connections, not always romantic in nature, with others. The lover's analog in anime is best expressed by the Kokojidai, or Kokojidai no Koibito, or high school crushes. The young lovers are still discovering themselves and each other. This journey to self-discovery aligns them with each other as they learn to be vulnerable and to communicate. Only once only once each person has identified their true values and desires are they fully able to come together in harmony to create a whole that is more than the sum of its parts. So some high school crushes appear in Say I Love You, Blue Spring Ride, Kimi ni Todoke, which is one of my favorite animes. I highly recommend it. It just came out to season 3 on Netflix. My Little Monster, Maid Sama, and My Love Story. So those are some animes that maybe you can watch and just really tap into that that energy as well. So yeah, I feel like that really encompasses all that I have for you. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning into this video. If you liked it or if it resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below. Tell me what kinds of, which animes you would like me to do themed readings on in the future. I'd be more than happy to do those. I already have a list, but I would love to add to that list. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit the post notification bell so you know when my next reading comes out. Yet again, thank you guys so much for trusting me to read your cards, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.